What is up, YouTube family? Man, it's been a minute since I came with a video because these folks tried to shut me down. I guess I spoke on the wrong people in Sasua, and the word got back, and then they stopped me from posting for a minute, man. I couldn't put any videos up, and just shows the power that some people got, man. The video was about who's buying up Sasua and who's already bought up Sasua and who really has control of Sasua in the Dominican Republic. And I called them out because I experienced some stuff while I was there trying to purchase some property and kind of got to talking to a few people. But that's for another day. We'll talk about that. But this video is about one of the last few places I visited before I actually left the country to come back home for a minute to handle some business. It was a trip up to Monte Cristi, which is about a three and a half hour ride from Sosúa, Puerto Plata, Cabarete area, and it is a beautiful ride, man. I'm telling you, there's couple of stops along the way that were very interesting that I didn't really post in the video. I got a couple of pictures, but I didn't really post any of the videos because of the people that I was with. But I didn't want to put them on this video without asking their permission. But we rode up, man, on these. The person that I rode up with, we rode on this. I had my four-wheeler. That's me and my four-wheeler. And that's her motorbike. And we rode that 3 hours, not nonstop. Like I said, we stopped in a couple of places. I think we stopped like 3 or 4 times to grab some food, to kind of sightsee and kind of get the feel of the culture in the town that we were in. But man, it was a beautiful drive, man. Well, once you get past Puerto Plata. Puerto Plata, man, it's a lot of traffic, a lot of ins and outs of the road, and a lot of people walking on bikes, on motorbikes. It's just a lot. But once you get past that, man, the road kind of thins out as far as traffic, and it is beautiful. One of the first spots that I was amazed at was this tunnel because I'm from I did my grade school years in a city called Chattanooga, Tennessee, and we have two tunnels up there. But this was nice to see that they had a tunnel in the DR that kind of reminded me of back in Chattanooga. But yeah, man, it was a nice ride. I'm talking about the people were very nice. The places that we stopped, the restaurants were real nice. It was kind of a weird dynamic because I rode up with a lady from Russia. So European descent. So me and her, once you get outside of the tourist areas, you don't see too many Europeans or anybody other than Dominicans really once you get outside the big tourist areas. So for us to be together and out, it was kind of funny to see how the looks that we got. Because I can't speak that much Spanish. I very little, poquito español. So it was good to have her with me. She actually invited me out on a trip. I really didn't want to go because I hadn't heard of anybody going up to Monte Cristi. But man, I'm glad I went. And she speaks Spanish fluently. She actually speaks like 5 languages fluently. So I was real comfortable with going with her and getting outside of the tourist areas. This is one of the spots where we stopped. It's just a little west of Puerto Plata, probably about 30, 40 minutes where a lot of the cruise ships come in. We came up on the backside of it and found this little gym and was able to sit there and look at the cruise ships. This is another spot where I stopped. I can't remember where it was, but it was like a field of rice and you had people out there picking rice. It was just a beautiful view. So I stopped and shot a video of that. Like I said, we stopped maybe 3 or 4 times, like I said, to get some lunch or just to sightsee and kind of, feel the culture of the towns that we were in. But like I said, we did get a lot of strange looks. My friend that I went up with, she is not scared of anything. She'll roll up and talk to a brick wall if she could. But yeah, so she wasn't scared to ask questions and talk to the locals and was very comfortable. But man, everybody was nice, man. I'm talking about everybody was super nice to us. We only just got a few strange looks, when we sat down to eat, or depending on what areas we stopped at. Like I said, this was one of the cities that we stopped at and took a break. There was a family that was over to the left that we stopped and talked to. It was very nice. This is another city that we stopped in. Had a nice little town square. I think we grabbed lunch here. Some chicken, some fried chicken, rice and beans, of course, and salad. And posted up for a minute, and then got back on the road. But this was a nice little city. Can't remember the name. It's like I said, one of the stops in between. Uh, don't really have to get too far off the expressway to get into the town. So we stopped and ate there. Um, Here's another town that we stopped at. Every city pretty much in the DR that you roll up on is going to have some type of signage telling you where they are. Everybody's very proud of their cities. So, they're on full display, letting you know, hey, you're entering our town. It's a little bit different than the last town. And you could tell every town was a little bit different. It might be a working class town or upper class town. But we finally made it up to Monte Cristi. And I really didn't know what to expect. Like I said, I didn't do any research on it. I just kind of hopped up. I needed a break from the wildness in Sosua and Puerto Plata and Cabarete, so I was glad to go. I needed to rest my lungs from the drinking and smoking and all of the air pollution down in Sosua, man, because there's a lot of motorbikes, a lot of traffic. So to get up here where the air was clean was very, very, very good. We got to the Airbnb, which is what you're seeing here. This is the road to our Airbnb. I'm actually standing in the driveway shooting this video, but this was where we were staying. Then we got up we rested, and then we got up the next morning, and this is the drive to the the mountain, the first tourist area we were going to go to, which is the big tourist spot for Monte Cristi. There's a big mountain, as you see in the shot here. We drove up. I think I left the audio on so you could hear us. But once we got there, man, this place was amazing. Man, I'm talking about beautiful. That's my friend there to the right. I'm not going to put her name out because I didn't even ask her if it was cool for me to put on video. But that's who I rolled up with. We got down here to this beach, man, and it was nobody out there. The two ladies that you saw in front of us, and I think one other lady was down at the beach. But the beach is untouched. There are no people out soliciting. There's nobody selling chairs or umbrellas or tents or anything. There's nobody selling presidentes. You just, whatever you bring, that's what you have. There's no trash. There's no loud music, nothing. It was just raw beach. And after we was down on the beach for a little while, we walked up this mountain. And I'd say it's about a 15-minute walk from where you enter to go up to the top of the mountain till you get to the top. It's not a long walk, but it was hot because it was March, but it was hot though. I'm talking about a good 85, 90, somewhere around in there. Very humid. Like I said, I'm coming from a night of drinking and partying because we actually met another couple there. Her friend, which was a Russian dude who's married or dating. I didn't get into it, the relationship situation. Married or either dating a Dominican woman. So we're throwing back vodka shots all night. And then they decide they want to walk up here at this mountain. But it was hot and I was sweating bullets. Once I got up to the top, you got a pretty good breeze, but it was beautiful. And you can see there's a lot of religious markings going up. Like I said, Dominican Republic, outside of Sosua and probably Santo Domingo and the bigger cities, very religious. Very religious. And coming up here, you understand how religious it is. Because the people up here, there is no partying. There's no wildness. There's no ladies of the evening. None of that going on up here. Trust me. So if you're coming up here for that, you're going to be sorely disappointed. This is strictly for the beauty of the area, really getting to know the culture of the people up here. The restaurants are amazing. The main dish up this way is goat. You see that on the side of the road. Once you can start getting closer to Monte Cristi, it's just, they got goats hanging skint on the side of the road where you can just pull up and get a goat leg, a goat side, a goat, whatever. But they are everywhere. I'm talking about every mile or so you go, somebody's got a little cart out, like you would see in New York buying hot dogs. They got carts out with goats hanging, and you can just cut you a piece of goat. They'll cook it for you, or you just take it home and cook it. We were just seeing that everywhere. It was just amazing to see a skint goat. That was something that I've never seen before in my life. Even coming from the country, southeastern part of the United States, I never seen a goat skint and just hung up and ready to be chopped up for however many pounds. I don't know if they sold it by the pound or by the part or however they did it, but yeah, you saw it everywhere. But getting up this hill, man, the further you went up, you just really understood the beauty of this country, man, and really could take in what this country has to offer as far as scenery and beaches and I think the story is this is where Columbus actually first landed when he came to the island and started interacting with the people. His dumb ass tried to damn conquer these folks, which was a bad move on his part. These people very, 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 very proud of their country and very, very, very strong men here that fought them off. And I think they had a little help from the Haitians, but yeah, they kicked his ass off this island and he had to dip. But this is what made him fall in love with this island, man. Just the beauty. If you landed on this part back in whenever it was 18, whatever, 17, whatever, whenever he got here, which I haven't done my history on it, but he saw this island, man, untouched, and he probably was like, wow. Because that's how I was. Wow, it is beautiful up here. Like I said, not as much traffic as you would notice in Porta Pata and Sosua, the areas that I'm posted up in. But very beautiful. So you can check the history on Columbus and what he did when he got here. But this is where they say he landed and they put up a couple of markers to mark where he came. But you see crosses all along the route down close to the beach area. They really left the beach untouched. But up on this mountain, you see a lot of crosses. You'll see a lot of, inscriptions of, what Jesus did when he came here. That was one of the folklores that Jesus came here and actually kissed the mountain or something. I might be getting that wrong, so look it up. But, yeah, you saw a lot of crosses in the ground. You saw, statues and stuff like that. But, man, it's other than that, it's basically untouched. And you can see there's no railings. There's no cemented steps. It's pretty much, somebody came up and carved it. The few steps that are here, you see all kind of little weird spiders and little insects and stuff up here. But other than that, man, I think this was the only rail that kind of took you out to this swing that's not being maintained. The rail's not being maintained. It's pretty much walk up here at your own risk because you can just keep walking, walk right on off the edge, and if you're by yourself, nobody will find you because it's thin. I'm talking about when we got there. You see, there's a bus down there. When we got there was a bus of kids that pulled up. They came to tour the area. I think they came up on the mountain before we did, and then they were down like on the beach at the beach area down there while we were up on the mountain. But my friend, she interacted with them a little bit and asked them a couple of questions. But other than that, man, there was nobody out here. So there, like I said, the safety regulations that we're afforded in America, they don't give a damn up here. It's like, look, man, you just better be smart to know. Don't walk off the beaten path. Pay attention to where you're stepping. And the path was pretty wide. You probably can't tell from the perspective of the camera, but the path was pretty wide. So you didn't have to really worry about falling off. But like I said, if you weren't paying attention, you kept walking, or you on your cell phone looking down, trying to post to Facebook or social media, and you ain't paying attention, your ass will slide off this mountain, and you will be down in the ocean, on the top of them jagged rocks that's down at the bottom. You definitely want to be paying attention because there are no rails, nowhere to be found. There are no park rangers that will tell you, hey, don't go there, or don't go here, or paying attention. If you fall off here and you hurt yourself, you just hurt yourself, buddy. And if you don't have a cell phone or something to call 911, like I don't even remember if the phone worked up here because there were no cell phone towers in this area. I'm pretty sure we had a bar too, but You know, if you fall off this thing, you in trouble, buddy. But man, it was one of the prettiest views, man. I've been up on a couple of mountains in different countries before, but this had to be in the top five, I'd say. Like I said, the safety component of it kind of worried me. If I had, you know, small kids running around or something, you'd probably definitely want to hold their hand. You don't want them trying to swing on the swings and stuff like that because they're not very well maintained. Um, Looks like they've been up here for a while. But the hike up here, man, is well worth the hike, man, because it got a little bit cooler. I'd say it might have dropped 4 or 5 degrees once you got to the peak, but not that much. And it wasn't just unbearable. It was, you know, you felt okay once you got up here. I don't know if people with health conditions, heart conditions, or something like that might have had a problem with it, or people that are sensitive to high humidity conditions might have had an issue with it, but it was cool. We stayed up here probably about 20 or 30 minutes, long enough for me to do my praying and enjoying the view. We chatted it up a little bit because, like I said, my friend, her friend, and his lady friend, we were all up here together. So we sat up here and chopped it up. And like I said, I didn't really know them before. I didn't know them at all before we got up here. So it was good to kind of, you know, talk to them and chat it up with them and, you know, see what brought my man to the DR and, you know, talking to his lady friend who didn't speak a lick of English, but we were able to hand gesture and you know, the little bit of Spanish I do speak, I was able to communicate with her because I don't have them on here, but they were an odd couple, I will say. But real cool people though, real cool people because we went out, we had dinner together. Because I was up here 2 nights. I actually left a day before my friend left because I just couldn't handle the Airbnb, which is another story. We had a couple of issues with that. But I couldn't take the Airbnb anymore. I had to dip out. I felt bad for leaving my friend, but I told her I'm gonna either have to get a hotel or I'm gonna have to get the hell on because I can't do it. But I'll make another video on that another time. But yeah, so I left a day early. So I spent 2 nights here. Uh, really 2.5 days, 2 nights. So that was enough for me. Because like I said, there's no partying. There's really nothing else to do after you do the mountain and the in-town area. Um, the sightseeing, you could probably venture out. I think they have like there was one place my friend them went to. I can't remember what it is right now off the top of my head, but they said it was like a desert area, one of the only deserts on the island. So they went to check that out the day I left. So I didn't get to see that part of it. So you know, it's more outdoorsy type things to do here. And like I said, nothing like the partying in Puerto Plata, Sosua, and Cabarete area. Nothing at all. Nothing even close. I think I put a video on here of the night we went out. Music blasting, music jamming, music just swinging. Nobody up dancing. People just sitting there communicating, looking at each other. And me and my friend, after we had a couple beers and us, we jumped up like we were gonna start dancing and got some looks like, "What are you doing?" "I'm finna call the police." I was like, "Oh Lord, these folk don't dance up here." You know, but the music, it was crazy because the music was banging. You see a couple of people nodding their head and bang, you know, rocking a little bit, but jumping up and dancing was not something they did. But the Presidentes were flowing. There was no smoking at all because I whipped out mine, and boy, that aroma hit, and everybody was looking, like, "Oh my God!" You know, just the look on their fly, I couldn't get it out fast enough. I was like, "Let me put this out for these folk hang me up here." But yeah, so you have to respect the culture, and I did. So this is the top of it, man. You see, they got a little rail here. That thing is old. You can tell it's not been maintained, cause I guess a lot of people come up here and then might have fallen off. But yeah, that's about the only rail that was up here at the top of the mountain. And then, like I said, they got a big cross at the very top here with some inscriptions about Jesus, and then something about uh, Christopher Columbus was up there from what the guy was telling me because he'd been up here before, but he said it looked like it had fallen over. It probably fell off the side of this damn mountain. But man, it was nice up here. Now I came up here and blowed one down, and it was cool. You know, nobody messed with it because we were the only four people up there. When we started walking back down, I think it was another couple walking up, but it was nobody. But look at that fall, man. You don't want to fall down there, but you're gonna hit them rocks a few times and bump your head, and then by the time you hit that water, you gone anyway. So drowning ain't even gonna be a thing. You're gonna already be gone. But you can see, man, nobody's on the beach. Pristine. I'm talking about nothing. No paper, not a can, not a bottle. All you saw was rocks and probably some couple of tree limbs and branches that floated up. Got a shot of me sitting up there. I hope I ain't got that blunt in my hand, but I sat there and did what I do and talked to my God and you know, chill. Like I said, we chilled for a minute and then we started walking back down. But man, one of the nicer spots in the Dominican Republic that I never hear anybody talking about, man. If you need to get away and just go somewhere, like I said, it was kind of hard on the four wheel and the bike because a lot of trucks and stuff are shooting past. But this is the town square right here. This was that same night we went downtown to get some food and you know, hang out with the locals. Like I said, get a feel of the culture. But really not too many people was out in the town square. A little bit of music going. The next day we came, it was a funeral or something at the church. So there was a lot of people there at the church, which I think I got a photo of. But this is like the main tower in the main square. You could see that from anywhere in the city, so you kind of could get your bearings from just knowing where that is. That's the church right there. I think everybody in the city goes to that same church. Very beautiful church. I didn't take any videos inside because I didn't want to disrespect the church. You know, I don't know. Like I said, you got to be careful when you're in these countries, man, because you don't know the culture. So, you know, I wasn't trying to video, you know, what was going on in the church. Like I said, the day that we got there early, they had a funeral going, which was interesting to see. But um, this is the night we went out and tried to find somewhere to party. See that van just went by, had the sign Jesus on it. And I don't have the audio playing, but the music is blasting right now. I'm talking about they going in. Everybody's got Presidente bottles going, but nobody's dancing. Nobody's dancing. You see the little dude right there? That's about as much as they do right there. And I think they was worried about that. And then me and my little friend jumped up and was getting down, but we got a couple of looks, so we stopped. But the number one thing up here is goat. That's what I had. I had the goat. My friend had it prepared a different way than I had it. Both were delicious. Very tender. Rice and beans, you know, that's par for the day. You got to get that. But man, it was amazing. I can't remember the restaurant that we were at, but there's a couple that are there. The one we went to was the most popular one. The next day I was kind of disappointed, man. I went and got a little fish dinner, man. They over fried my fish. They basically burnt it. It was so damn dry. But I wasn't really that hungry, like I said, because we had a lot of food at the Airbnb that we cooked, so it was just a little lunch thing we stopped. But I was kind of ticked off, man. I was like, man, did they burn my shit because I'm with these people? Because like, we got the looks when we went in there, like, man, they some odd looking folk. But yeah, burnt my fish. But the next day, man, I jumped back on and started my ride back. It was a beautiful ride back. I got up about 5 in the morning, right before the sun rose, and started back. And it was a beautiful ride back. So if you ever get a chance, man, ease on up to Monte Cristi. Very close to Haiti. You start seeing a lot more Haitian brothers and sisters when you get up this way. But and some road checks going back. Oh my God, we'll talk about those on another video. But get up to Monte Cristi. Very beautiful area. It's a place where you can take, you know, if you meet somebody in the DR and you want to get away from the touristy areas, man, and the party and scene and the traffic smog and the traffic pollution and the noise pollution of Puerto Plata and Sosua and Cabarete, man, this is where you want to come. Not that there aren't motorbikes up here. There are motorbikes up here, but they're just not as many as you would see in the areas that are frequented by the tourists. Because, like I said, the motorbikes are the motor conchos are the taxis of the country, so they're gonna be heavy in the tourist areas. But up here, it was not much, man. And check out this view. Oh my God, it was just beautiful riding up on this part of the country. The air was so fresh and clean. a lot of rice fields. A lot, like I said, a lot of Haitian brothers and sisters up this way working in the factories and stuff. This is one of the rice plants to the left here, where all those rice comes from that you're eating with that rice and beans. That's where it processed up here on this northwest side of the country. And it's just a different animal, totally different animal from being in the party scene, man. I can't stress that enough. Don't come up here thinking you're gonna party. See my man waving at me? That's how nice everybody was. I actually met a couple of brothers right after I shot this video because I didn't gas up before I left. And I was asking them how far to the next town to get some gas and stuff, and they were, talking to me. And man, most of the Haitian brothers and sisters that you run up on, don't be surprised they speak English because they speak 3 or 4 or 5 different languages. Most of the ones I met, very friendly. They speak Haitian Creole, French, Spanish, English, the 4 core languages that I know they speak. One of the Haitian ladies that I met in Sasua, she spoke a couple other different languages too, but very intelligent people, man. I don't understand the dynamic and the I won't get on that, but yeah, man, just beautiful, man. The sunrise coming up. Like I said, everybody was nice along the way. The city is very beautiful. Everybody is nice, and where I stopped at, like I said, I stopped maybe twice, going back once to eat and then once to kind of just relax. Cause riding on that 4 wheeler for an hour, man, woo, it's rough on you. More so on your hands and probably your lower back, cause there's no cruise control on that thing, so you have to hold the throttle down the whole time. So that wore me out, but I enjoyed stopping. Like I said, I might have stopped a couple times real briefly to take a couple of videos and shots and stuff, but very nice part of the country that I don't hear anybody talking about. Like I said, I was skeptical on going because I'd never heard anything about it, but was very, very, very happy that I did. And I will go back. I'm gonna definitely try to get my son and take him back up this way so he can see this part of the country because I took him to Sosua and Puerto Plata and Cabarete. I got a video coming on up out there about how to bring your family to Sosua and have a good time because Sosua is about to be a family town, so get ready for it, people. Um, Thanks for watching my video. Talk to you guys later. The video about the beach is coming soon. Peace.